Conferences and professional organizations. Do you really need them? I'm Karen Beery with Right Now Editing, where we turn good manuscripts into great books.
And I'm Peg Thomas, multi-award winning author and editor, and we are two editors for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that clock started now.
Not
And
that we'll
today,
pay any attention to it, but go ahead.
well, at least we know when our 5 minutes are up. We might not stop
True.
then, but we know.
This is true.
So, conferences and organizations.
Yes.
There's a lot of them out there. So, first, let's talk about, do you even need them? Do you need to go to a conference? Do you need to join professional organizations? Peg, have you ever been to a conference or joined a professional organization?
I have been to four different conferences, five different conferences. It's hard to remember. I'm getting old. Five different conferences, and I have joined three different organizations over the years. I'm currently only a member of one. And I don't think that's bad. I think it's good when you're starting out to join several and kind of find out where you fit and stick to the one that really works for you or the two that really work for you. I think trying to have, a cookie in every jar gets a little tiresome, but you need to join several to find out where you fit. And once you find something you like, don't feel like you have to belong to all of them anymore. Stick with what's working for you.
For example, because I edit professionally and I've been to many more conferences than Peg, but that's because I love to teach at conferences. So I've decided I wanted to practice and hone my speaking ability and my teaching ability. So I'm a member of a professional speakers organization, professional editors organization, and a professional writers organization. But each one of those I have learned so much from. I've met some amazing people. And actually, Peg and I were talking about this before. That's how we met. I mean,
Yeah.
we're hours away from each other in Michigan. But we happen to both be serving on the board of a local writers group. And that's how we connected. And I don't even remember how many years ago that was now.
We don't talk about how
Yeah.
many years ago things were
It
anyway.
was so far long ago that
I
we
should
don't
I should
remember.
clarify. I've been to more than five conferences, but I've been to put on by five different
Oh, yeah.
organizations. Yeah. I was kind of a conference junkie in the beginning,
But
which I
why?
don't think is bad when you're starting out because
Well, and that's the thing.
conferences are a
Why is
great way to get
it?
started.
Why is it such a great way to get started? What did you learn from attending writers' conferences?
Well, the first time I went, I was greener than grass. I mean, I didn't know anything, and I was unbelievably overwhelmed, and I probably absorbed 5% of what I heard. And excuse me if you hear the train. I
Yeah.
do live near train tracks, and they're going by. Um, but it's the chance to learn stuff you wouldn't even know to ask questions about.
Mhm.
Things will come up at the conference that will start you thinking in areas you didn't know you were supposed to be thinking about. And you will get contacts and you will meet people and you'll start to network. I think when you're starting, it's invaluable to get started. I don't know how anybody gets started in publishing these days without a conference, really. I mean, to do it successfully, it would
Well,
take years and years to do what you can learn at one conference.
and honestly, right now, if you're seeking traditional publication, conferences have very much become kind of a litmus test. If
Yeah,
you meet agents or publishers at conferences, that speaks to them about your seriousness and,
your commitment.
in your investment because we know they're
Yeah.
not cheap. But if you're
No.
willing to invest the time and money to get to a conference, that lets them know that you're investing time and energy into this writing thing. You're not just trying to get one story idea out there.
And
Uh,
before we gloss over on price, you really need to look at the price of the conference as an educational fee.
very
You
much.
are learning there. It's much cheaper than a college class. And of course it doesn't go as long, but it's a learning opportunity. You are educating yourself. So it's an education fee.
Absolutely.
And it will make your life so much easier if you go and learn things, like I said, that you don't even know when you're starting out what to ask. You don't know what you don't know. So going to the conference will point out everything you don't know, and it's a little overwhelming. I think by my third conference at the same place, I felt like I finally had my feet under me and could walk.
And it really is. Oh, we're almost out of time, so I'm watching the timer go off. But I think Peg is in a similar situation, whether you met at a conference or through one of the writers' organizations. I remember my first conference seeing one of my favorite authors. I've read so many of her books, and she was talking about how, 15 years ago, she and a group of brand new writers met at a conference. Nobody had ever published anything, and now they're all multi-published authors. And I remember thinking, sure. Except for I met a group of six women or five other women at the first conference, two of whom, for various reasons, aren't writing anymore. Three of us are still in touch, but all four of us now are multi-published award-winning authors because you make those connections. We stay in touch. We actually just went on a writer's retreat together. So whether it's through, an organization that you join and you connect online or you meet in person at an event, the community support that you get from these just cannot be praised enough.
My critique group met at American Christian Fiction Writers, okay? And that was 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And two of them had been published with very minor houses, okay? And now we are all multi-published, all of us, I think all of us hybrid, traditional and indie, and all of us award winners. But we've been together 14 years,
Mhm.
helping each other, supporting each other. Yeah, it's where you meet your
So,
tribe.
so save your money.
Yes.
It's worth the investment. And so are we. So come back next week and we'll have more for you then. I'm Karen Beery.
And I'm Peg Thomas. We'll see you next time.